Hello, I'm Erin from Full Circle Florals. You've probably seen me in a few other videos that we've done since you're definitely subscribing and following, so that's awesome. So welcome back. Today I decided I need to be doing at least a flat a day of sowing at this point, because even though I've got a ton growing already, I know that I'm going to want to continue to plant throughout the season. So I think what I'm going to do with this time is call it flat a day. And for each flat a day video that I do, it's basically going to be a question answer session. So if you've got any questions for me or Mr. Hindi or the boys, put it in the comments below and I'll answer it in the next video. So for now, since this is the first one, I don't have any questions to answer, but I will answer a couple of questions that I've been getting from people in general that, just text me, or, friends and family and people that know me. I get quite a bit of questions that way, and then questions from like my classmates at my Master Gardener class. So I'm going to start out with probably just rambling a little bit about me doing the flat. So I am going to do the soil blocking style. You can see all these flats are empty and waiting to be filled. So I'm just going to use one of these trays this time. Because they're a little more resilient than the croissant containers we used in the past. Even though they're doing the job. They're doing the job just fine. Most of those are still inside. I'll probably bring them out tomorrow when it's a little less warm, because right now it is 61 degrees right outdoors here, and then probably I think it's 75 or some odd in here. And then yesterday when I was in here about 4 o'clock, it was 85. So it's definitely getting warm in here, and the babies love it. Like, everything is really coming on so super healthy. The fun thing about being in here right now is it's really smelly. Too bad you can't smell that on your end, or you're welcome. I'm not sure which one it is. Probably you're welcome. But we did get some fertilizer yesterday. We had to stop by our friends at Kenny Nurseries down the street. And they pointed us towards what we would want to use for our very smallest babies. And I've never fertilized seed starts before. I've also not done a ton of it, but as I'm looking through some of the groups, it seems like that is a pretty normal thing for people to be doing. So I'm gonna jump on that bandwagon and see how it goes. Everything looks very happy for it. I just did it yesterday, so it takes a day or two, but you see everything is perky and colorful, green, so green and pretty. So I'm going to continue to kind of do that same thing. So this will end up, I'm going to mix it up here and get our soil all put in. And then once we plant our babies, I'll tag it up and we will put it inside on the heat pad. Well, actually, I could leave it out here today. I'll probably leave it out here through the day today and then bring it in tomorrow in the evening, just to make sure it really gets the warmth that it wants. Because what I'm going to be planting is these Floret Dawn Creek Blush zinnias. You can see they're gorgeous. So Erin over at Floret is, I'd say she's famous in the seed world. The popularity that I think they've experienced over the last year has been really big, and it's a testament to, if you work really hard at your craft and master it, what can happen with that. So they have a really small farm, smaller than what we are doing here. But she's really big into dahlias and zinnias. She grows all of this stuff. So she has a bunch of new seed lines that she's been honing over the years. And so I was able to get my hands on some of them. So I'm super excited about that. So the funny thing is, I decided, I'm going to grow these. This is enough to fill a flat. I'm not sure. So I actually poured them out and I counted the seeds. And there's 42, which is kind of a magic number. We are big fans of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and it's the secret to life, universe, and everything. So if you haven't seen that, you can go watch that, and you'll see why. But I thought that's funny too, because the date today is 4/2, so I'm planting 42 of my favorite beautiful zinnias on 4/2. So that's just an aside. Anyway, so this is what we're going to be planting today. So Mr. Hindi was very nice enough to take this whole, to take and sift out this whole container of soil for us. And so I'm just going to put some in here. I don't know how much I'm going to need. I guess I need a lot. So maybe I'll put a lot in here. So let's just dump a bunch in, because I got to fill this whole flat. because I'm going to make these 42 zins fit this whole area. So I don't want to get it too full or it's going to be hard to stir. I figure that's about good for that. And remember, we're going to add our mycorrhizae like we have done in the past. I just kind of did a hint of a sprinkling. That's about a teaspoonish if you ask me. And then I had this water. It looks dirty, but it's actually just the sifting bucket from the last time. So I'm just going to use this water to add in here. And then I need a glove, which I did grab. Because, you know, I'm a big baby when it comes to dirt on my hands. Sometimes I can. Sometimes I really don't want to. Anyway, so we're just going to glove it up here. Give these a mixy. Oh, yeah, I need a lot more water. So glad I have this here. That's feeling pretty good, though. So I think, you know, in review, as time has gone by with that initial big kind of soil blocking testing that we did, we're really liking the way it came out. A few of our takeaways are that you do not want to have it be too sloppy, though even the sloppy ones are producing flowers, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know if I know where my little tool is. I just realized it. I might need just a tiny bit more. I'm not really pulling when you pull it. And as you see, I don't have Mr. Handy with me today or right now with this video because he went into town because they're brand new. There it is. Cool. Anyway, he went into town to get a tire fixed on our brand new tire that we just got for the tractor. And he'll be doing some tractor work here in future videos, so that'll be cool. Because he's pretty good at it. He does his thing. He's been maintaining the driveway out here is a gravel driveway, so he has to maintain that every year. That's, I think, good. I'm going to go with this one. Anyway, so he went into town to do that and to get some propane and do some other little things. So while he's there doing that, I'm working on this. And then I have just a little bit of time before I have 2 subscription deliveries in Chico, and then my Master Gardener class. So it's a busy, busy day for garden stuff, as always in April. I mean, everything is kind of, yeah, that is, and I'm going to remotely fill this. So let's just get it kind of where we want it. Okay. And then I'll dump it all back in, and then we'll soil block it into here, just so I have an idea of where we're at. So, okay, so it looks like continue to mix, because that's, I'm gonna need like probably 3 of these buckets worth, or containers worth. But at least I know then it'll be the right consistency. I'm just about out of water coming out of this one. I know it'll take all of that. Plus, so let's just give it a little rinsey right on top of this. Then we didn't waste any water. Isn't that nice? Let's see if there's a little more. And these are just shoe boxes. There's nothing special about them. So if you're thinking about getting into this jam, it doesn't have to be anything special. It could be a different container. It could be a metal bucket. Whatever you have around that you can utilize. If you want to utilize it. I just noticed that there was a whole stack of these that I had used for organizing something else. So I snagged them, and now that's what they're being used for now. So just to kind of continue to mix these up. Get that right consistency. That feels pretty good to me. Yeah, that looks good. Yep, I'd say that's good. Okay, so let's dump this in here. Oh, mix that one fast. Yeah, I'd say at least 1 more of these. So I appreciate that you're here learning along with us, because it definitely has been a learning adventure. The scale that I have done things on in the past here is, I believe I've mentioned this before, but much less grand than this. So it's, that's been a challenge. But I will say, I feel like it's been going well, even when there's times of stress about whether this is going to work out or that's going to work out. It's helpful to just stay focused on the fact that you can't really control, you can't sweat the small stuff. You can't really control every little aspect of it. You just kind of have to march along. And did I put mycorrhizae in that? Well, we're going to go with it because the rest of it does have it, so it should be probably fine. Let's hope. I think I did. Boy, talk about memory problems. Okay, let's dump this in here and see if this about does it. Oh yeah, that's going to be fine, I think, for as much soil blocking as I'm going to need to do. Which is 42, the magic number. I don't know if that, yeah, that should work. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, so let me grab a bucket to put all that in. Actually, I'm going to put some of it back in here. Let's mix the two sides just in case I didn't mycorrhizae that. then I'm covered. Oh, it's not an exact science, I don't think. So, really, actually, yeah. That's heavy. It's heavier than I thought it would be. This is probably, like, there's probably an easier way to do this. Like, multiple hands probably would be easier. But we'll learn as we go. This is my first time doing a full-on, full-scale block. When we did it before, mostly Mr. Hindi did the work, this part of the work. So this is new for me, but I figured there is no way it's faster to get the work done than just doing it. So here we are. Okay. Okay, so let's give this a try, eh? I might do it over here like this. Okay, so pushing it in. I'm gonna rock it a little bit. That's just, oh, that seems like it did pretty good. Oh yeah, I don't think they get any tighter than that. We're gonna go with that. So it looks like the best way would be to do it like this. So here we go, popping it up. Bada bing, bada boom. Doesn't get any better than that. So while I do this part, because this will probably get a little bit redundant, I am going to chit chat about the questions that I have. So one of the big ones that I have at this time of year in particular is, what do you use for allergy pills? Because, I mean, most people that know me know that I have suffered from allergies my whole life. Like, I have inhalers hanging around, and I've had some pretty gnarly prescriptions, but I didn't get tested until way late at life. So I've offered that to my kids so they can go get testing, because Mr. Handy has them as well. We'll give those a little space in between. Okay, so there's 8 so far. But the people I know that I've always had that. So when I did get professionally tested at the allergy doctor, he came in with the results. They did environmental and then food testing, but once he came in with the environmental, he said, well, you're one of those people that is allergic to everything. So I said, well, that's not a great thing for me, because I am a flower farmer. I do subscription flowers, and I have a huge garden. So what am I supposed to do with that? Anyway, hi. Okay, how should I start? So I was just talking about allergies, but then when I got to the end of finishing all of these and went and checked on it, the video had stopped. So that's fine. If you've got more questions about allergies, I don't know how far I got on it, but it's definitely one of the big questions I get. So if you have more questions
Leave them in the comments.
Leave them in the comments, and I will answer them, because I'm not sure how far I got on that diatribe, or whatever it was. Oh, I hear the tractor start up.
I think you got
In the meantime, Mr. Hindy had came home. I finished up all of the last of these blocks.
And I came outside.
Fox came outside to join me for a second, and so you can hear him on the in the sound there.
Other side of the camera.
Yep, he came in and checked on me and let the dog out. So, anyway, yeah. So this is kind of just our quick launch of Flat a Day. Our coffee talk. I don't know. I'm not having coffee, so but it's more like Flat a Day, and we'll chit chat about the comments and questions that you have. So please make sure, if you're subscribed, that's awesome. But also comment down below so I know what you want to talk about, and I can answer those in the next one. Thanks for joining us. Watch us grow.